Hello from Brooks Camp. I know a lot of people have often wondered exactly where everything is in relationship to everything else at Brooks Camp, so I'm here to give you a little view of that. Right now we're looking at the spit. We are on the beach, so in that direction of the spit is where the mouth of the river is. And here's the beach where all the airplanes and the boats are. This is Neck Neck Lake. And as we go up, as the day progresses, there are going to be a lot more airplanes and boats here. Okay, this will be a little choppy, bear with me. So as we walk up the beach, you can see the flag that you always see when people come in. And now we're approaching that very famous Brooks Camp sign where everybody has their picture taken. In the background, you can see the visitor center right there. So we're going to continue up the beach just a little way to where the flagpole is, and you'll see the entrance where everybody has to walk up from the beach to get to the visitor center for a bear school. So it's kind of soft here. No bear tracks that I can see at the moment. Okay, so here we are. Here's this trail. Straight ahead is the visitor center right here. And if you look to the right, you're going to see the cache where you can put your gear or your food if you're coming for the day, for instance, or if you're not ready to go to your camping grounds yet. And behind there is the bathrooms. Tour. Ahead of us, you can see a little picnic area with an electric fence. And we're still at the visitor center on the left. And you can see the sign which tells you that the cultural site and auditorium up that way, Brooks Falls to the left, campground to the right. So we're walking up the road. It's going to take you to the cabins and the lodge. Not much else going on. Don't see any bears, which is a good thing. Okay, so these are 3 of the cabins that have sort of a lakefront view, except for there are trees, naturally, in the way a little bit. So yeah, 3 cabins here. And just beyond the cabins, we're going to come to the lodge. And you can see it right there. And there's the back entrance. It's the dining rooms you're looking at. And I'm just going to show you over this way. You can see a little bathroom. It has a shower and etc. And beyond that, we're going to look a little while are the other cabins. So here's the lodge. We'll go around it to one side. So the dining area is here. You see people in there. And then there's the fireplace, which is up here. You can just see one of the chairs to the fireplace, around the fireplace. And there's a bar there too. And I'm sure you've seen the inside of that. So here's the area where the luggage is brought to take to the airplanes when it's time to check out, sadly. And also they'll take those when you arrive. You dump them here and they'll take you to your cabin. And right next to it is the office for the lodge, and it's where you check in and you can pay your tab and you can arrange for guided tours and so forth. And as you can see, right next to that is the bridge. And you've all seen those videos of the trip to the bridge to the falls, so I'm not going to do that for you. But we're going around the lodge now. And the kitchen is right there. Try not to be too bumpy here. Okay, and you're seeing that bathroom that I pointed out before. here comes the chemical machine right towards me. Okay, and this is a little route up to the 3 cabins that are by the marsh. And are we going to get to the place? Can you see? I don't know. It's kind of overgrown. But this is a place where you will all know, and I totally forgot, where the bears chewed the bark. The mom and the cubs chewed the bark off the trees. You can kind of see that. You can also see right there that the bears like to chew on the cabins. Here's one. And one of these, I think it's the next one's really chewed on. See if I can find it. Not this one, maybe they fixed it. So in front of that cabin, there are trees and so forth. But as you get up to the second cabin, right here, oh, there are 4 cabins this year. There were not last year. Interesting. Okay. They've been repaired. When you get by the second cabin, there is the marsh, and beyond the marsh you can see the river, which is pretty cool. So a lot of bears come up this way. You can see kind of a little bear trail in the foreground, and it's where last year I saw a bunch of bears coming up. The 4th cabin, and right there you can see people. This is the Skytel. Skytel has 10 rooms, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. The walls are really, really thin, and there's a sign in the bathroom saying, please don't flush the toilet at night because people will wake up, and indeed they would, and you can hear people talking through the walls. So that's kind of interesting, especially when you're alone and you're not talking like I was. Okay, I'm just going to show you sort of where we are here. And there are buildings in the background, which I will show you in a minute by going the other way back. Okay, so here we go. We're going back towards the lodge, so just a little circle there. And there's bathrooms. There's the lodge. Okay, so this is going to take a while. If you get there, you're going to get sick of hearing me talk. So I may do, well, we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to start walking faster. Other side of the lodge. And we're going to walk back around the other way. Lodge. And back to the 3 cabins that we went by to begin with. So here's that. People coming. Take a look at the cabins instead. Oops, I'm gonna fall in a hole. And you can see that the lake is right down there. Okay. Next, we're gonna walk by the 3 cabins, and in the distance, you will see again the visitor center. Try to make this not as bumpy. And there's the sign, the back of the sign, down by the beach. Visitor center, I can see some people in there getting bear school right now. Last year I saw a porcupine walking right up there, which is kind of neat. First thing I saw after I got up here. Okay, here's that cache that I was talking about where you can put your gear and stuff. And bathrooms. And the next thing we're going to come to is the ranger station. Here's that cutout of the bear that they say is 50 yards away. That's right by the ranger station. Over there. Okay, so we're going to walk by the ranger station, and you'll be able to see some other buildings as we come to them. The first one here is the rec room, and that's for park staff that they can use. And you know, it's got a TV and books and a place where you can take a break or eat lunch. As we take a left down there, or up there, up the road, it's a maintenance building. And there is, right ahead of us, auditorium where they have lectures and things like that. Okay, back this way. More maintenance. And we're coming up to the yurt, which is where volunteers and some staff and some people with official business visiting the park would stay. We don't stay there anymore. Some people do, visitors, but not staff and not volunteers. And here's what's called Park Avenue. And this is where some of the rangers live. I thought all of the rangers lived here until I got here this year and discovered that the volunteers live 1.5 miles outside of camp. It's kind of a long way. There's one that's a little bit different from the others. So this is Park Avenue. And I expect that the most senior of the rangers live here, and probably the media rangers. Naomi will tell me if I'm wrong. Because in the auditorium there are media rangers, the office for the media rangers. More. Okay. And probably not going to take you all the way to the campground. It's not very far, but this is a long video already. I don't want it to be too much longer. So here are some other buildings, maintenance kind of buildings up here. And over here we're going to turn towards the beach again. And you can see plane down there. There are two paths to the campground. This is a new one. It's right here. Campground is really just kind of a little bit out of sight. It's not far at all. And then this is, I'm going to go down by the beach and we'll show you the old one, but it's still used, of course, because there's no no way that they've closed it off. But you would have a tendency to see more bears when you go this way. So while it's nice and fun to see bears, not so great to have them right next to you. So that's the old trail to the campground. And then that takes us back to the beach. So we've just done one big circle. A beautiful day. A little bit unusual. We had a sunny day yesterday for most of the day also. And so here we are. And not quite back where we started, but now we're looking this way, and that campground sign, the Brooks Camp sign, would be over there. So I hope this gives you a kind of better idea where things are. And if you've been here before, I hope it gives you a little nostalgia. Okay.